What's good, people? It's your boy Freddie Tracks, FreddieTracksBeats.com. Peep the industry movement. In this one, I'm gonna go in on the Matrix. I know it's an old movie, but there's a point that people keep missing, and people miss it because they feel like the Matrix is like real heady, real too philosophical, but people just ain't paying attention, and this ain't gonna be what you think it is. This ain't on the conspiracy theories or the Illuminati symbolism. This is something that has to do with more personal development on your part, on my part, and actually this is one of the points I made in the Peep the Blueprint ebook, and I'm gonna go in a little bit more further on this one, but in a different direction. So I want to show you this scene. This is the Merovingian scene, and I just want to let's get in on a dialogue. Some of it is some BS for the movie, but some of it I really want to talk to you about.
Neo is the one himself, right? And the legendary Morpheus.
So as they make a point, I'm gonna pause the video and talk about it.
Please sit, join us. This is my wife, Persephone. Something to eat? Drink? Of course, such things are contrivances like so much here. For the sake of appearances.
No, thank you.
Yes, of course. Who has time? Who has time? But then if we do not ever take time, how can we ever have time? Chateau Aubryon, 1959. Magnificent wine. I love French wine. Like I love the French language. I have sampled every language. French is my favorite. Fantastic language. Especially...
this is still some movie BS. The Merovingians, the family, they believe they come from the lineage of Jesus Christ, and they are French. So.
You know why we are here.
I am a trafficker of information. I know everything I can. The question is, do you know why you are here?
We are looking for the keymaker.
Okay, now you see how this started out. He said, you know why we are here. He said, yes, I know everything. Do you know why you're here? He said, we're looking for the keymaker. Now as we get into it, he says basically the keymaker is not a means but an end. Now, this video, my point is to understand your big why, and that's the very first question that comes out of Morpheus' mouth. You know why we're here. I mean, it's not a question, it's a statement. But whenever you're doing something, my business is mainly in the music, and my brothers in P.T.I, we're all music producers. So therefore, we're all in the music business. If you're a music artist or a music producer, you are in the music business. You are an entrepreneur. And the question to ask yourself is why, And I'll get into some of my whys after this portion of the video is done. And I want you to really ask yourself why you're doing it. Now, this is a point I made, like I said, in the ebook, but I'm expanding on it in a different direction here. But in my last episode of my show, Chopping It Up, I also was talking about it. Not in the last episode, but the one before it. But anyway, one of the major reasons people usually get into business is to make money, right? Now, obviously the money is the bottom line, and it is very important. But if you're not doing it for the right reasons, then you're going to run out of fuel. You're going to run out of steam. You know what I'm saying? So this is why you have to get clear on your reason why you're doing what you're doing, whether it's in the music business like most of us and most of our subscribers, or whatever business you're in. We have come from like a network marketing background. This was like a year and a half, 2 years ago maybe, and that's how we all met up. And network marketing is not necessarily for music producers. It depends on what you want to do in life, what you want to do in business. And the reasons why you go to a job, maybe you hate your job, you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and you hate doing that, is because of the money. because money is the number one reason. So therefore, you end up hating your job. Most people anyway. Some people enjoy their job, and that's good. That's good for them. But if you hate your job, it's because your number one reason is money. Not that you love money, not that you're idolizing money. It's that, that's the only reason that you have the job that you're doing. Not because you love doing the paperwork or you love doing the physical labor, which is the kind of job that I had. But no, that's one point. Let's get back into it. Morpheus said, "You know why we're here." Merovingian said, "Yes, I do. Do you?" And Morpheus said, "The keymaker. The keymaker in this point will represent the money."
Oh, yes, it is true. The keymaker, of course. But this is not a reason, this is not a why. The keymaker himself, his very nature, is a means, it is not an end. And so, to look for him is to be looking for a means to do what?
A means to do
the
what?
answer to that question.
But do you? You think you do, but you do not.
Right. Most people think they know why they're doing what they're doing, but they don't, because they haven't really got clear on it. In this case, Neo really doesn't know. He was just given an order, like Merovingian's about to say, and he followed that order. That's why he's there, because he was given an order. He doesn't understand the reason why they need the keymaker at this point. So therefore, he doesn't have any power. And the previous scene where the Oracle is telling Neo, when Neo asked, what does he want? And the Oracle said, what do all men with power want? More power. So basically, he's coming to a man with power without any other power to give him. So let's continue.
You are here because you were sent here. You were told to come here, and then you obeyed. It is, of course, the way of all things. You see, there is only one constant, one universal. It is the only real truth. Causality. Action, reaction, cause and effect.
Everything begins with choice.
No, wrong.
See, now here's another point that, for a long time I really thought this was like some movie BS, you know what I'm saying? But they're both right. Both Morpheus and Merovingian are correct. Everything does begin with choice. Now, let's assume that we actually do live in the real world and there is no matrix that we're all plugged into at birth. This is not a sci-fi. We're living in the real world, okay? So everything does begin with choice. Everything begins with a thought. This is going into another one of my points in the ebook, but this one I'm going to keep short. And if you haven't got your hands on the ebook yet, I'm going to put a description down below. All right, put a link in the description. So anyway, he said everything begins with choice, which is correct, because when you choose to do something, it begins a spark of thought in your mind, and when you've actually chosen it, when you've made the decision, then you'll take the proper action. And he was talking about action, reaction, cause and effect, causality. You make the decision, then you take the action on that decision, and then you get the result based on that action. And then Merovingian says, no, wrong. Choice is an illusion. And now this is going into conspiracy theory, perhaps, which is not the point of this video. But I just want to say that, we're coming around to presidential elections, and, it's my belief that every single one of these presidential candidates were selected by the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? So no matter who gets into office, it's their guy. So choice in this case is an illusion, because no matter who we choose, it's going to be the same guy. Doesn't matter the name, the skin color, the hair color, doesn't matter who it is in office, it's their guy. You know what I'm saying? The powers that be. You want to call it the Illuminati, that's cool, but that I'm not going to get into. I just wanted to put my little 2 cents in there. But I just want to let's continue with this video.
Choice is an illusion created between those with power. and those without. Look there at that woman. My God, just look.
Alright, so now we're getting into a little bit more of movie BS, but this particular part of the scene, it's he's displaying that choice actually is an illusion. He gave the woman this orgasmic pie, and she ate it. She had her little thing going, and she had no choice about it really, but she chose to eat the cake, right? She chose to put it in her mouth, and she had the reaction. This is just my belief. This is getting into some of the movie BS. But he's basically saying how we don't have control. This is the part of this scene.
Is it the why? No. What is it?
So he's saying she doesn't understand why, and therefore
soon the why and the reason are gone. And all that matters is the feeling itself.
so he's kind of commenting on human beings' animal nature.
We fight to deny it, but it is, of course, pretends it is a lie. Beneath our poised appearance, the truth is we are completely out of control.
Now the scene is about to wrap up, so let's pay attention to this dialogue.
We are forever slaves to it. Our only hope, our only peace is to understand it, to understand the why. Why is what separates us from them, you from me. Why is the only real source of power. Without it, you are powerless. And this is how you come to me, without why, without power. Another link in the chain. But fear not, since I have seen how good you are at following orders.
So that's basically about it of the points that I wanted to raise with this scene. So basically, it's about your big why. And, I want to talk about my big why. So, one of the reasons why I do music is because my dad told me that my music was meant to change the game. Now, my father is in no way hip-hop. He doesn't care about anything hip-hop, but he likes my music. And he told me that my music is meant to change the game. Now, I really took that to heart. You know what I'm saying? I really kept that. You know what I'm saying? And another reason why is so that I can support my family. The family that I have now, perhaps a family that I create in the future, depending on when that is. You know what I'm saying? But my why basically is because of my love for the music and my love for my family. So the money is in there somewhere, but it's not first and second. You know what I'm saying? Now, why do you do what you do? Are you in business for yourself? And if so, then why? Ask yourself this question and be very clear about it. Maybe you're a hobbyist. Maybe you have a job that you don't like and you have a hobby that you want to turn into a business. Why is that? There's a couple of, generic reasons. Two of them you can call the avoidance of pain and the pursuit of pleasure. The avoidance of pain reason is not as powerful as the pursuit of pleasure, because you might want to get out of your job, but that's all you think about. I don't want to be here. I hate this place. Trust me, I know. Trust. But when that's all that's on your mind, you have a negative energy about it. So you're basically keeping yourself in that place because you're not thinking positively or making the right decisions or asking yourself the right questions. You know what I'm saying? So you have to begin to flip that from the avoidance of pain to the pursuit of pleasure. What do you want? What do you love? And why do you want to do it? You know what I'm saying? So that's about all that I want to talk about pertaining to this portion of the video, the Merovingian scene in the Matrix. This is the hidden meaning in the Matrix, and this particular scene has to do with your big why. Now, I suggest that you get the P.T.I Industry Blueprint. Like I said, I'll put the link in the description. It has 10 tips from myself and 10 tips from every single member of my team. So that's 70 success tips that you want to get. So click the link down there, and then I'll see you next week for my next blog. Check out tomorrow. We're gonna have our weekly P.T.I hangout. So be on there. You're gonna see it on social media or the link. So this is Freddie Tracks. Be blessed. I'll talk to you later. Peace.